Hello, everyone. We're back with another movie stream. We're gonna be yapping on a lot of movies, and we're gonna be doing some. We're gonna be putting them in the tier list. So far in the last stream yesterday, we put in a lot of. We did categorize a lot of the movies, and we're gonna be continuing doing it. Of course, Morbius at the top because that deserves to be at the top. Yesterday, I had three more movies up there, which included Fantastic Four, uh, Madame Web, and which the other one? The Craven the Hunter. But I realized that they are not on level of Morbius. Morbius is too good. They shouldn't be on Morbius level. So where's the Indian and Pakistani movies? There's some. There's only Indian movies there, not a lot of Pakistani movies because we suck at filmmaking. So luckily, it's a good movie though. But other than that, we're gonna keep on moving into movies. And just to remind you, they're all set in random, so there's no order into what is going on. That's why you might find somewhere Shawshank Redemption or something. Anyway, let's begin. First one of today is The Big Lebowski. So it's a comedy movie, and it's basically about a guy that he's called the Dude, and his name is Lebowski. And there's also another person who's a mob boss or something. He's also called Lebowski, and some guy, some enemy thought that hey, this is the guy Lebowski who's the mob boss, and so they come into his house and they piss on his carpet, and the dude Lebowski is pissed off because his carpet got pissed on, so now he's pissed off, and it kind of shows what a man has to do to unpiss his carpet, and he gets involved into some nasty stuff. But this is the story. This is the story of the movie. It's a funny movie though. It's a good movie. We'll put it into the nice category. Put it into the nice category. Let's go. Quit yapping and play RDR. No. Next up is Vertigo. So Vertigo is a movie by Alfred Hitchcock. Again, we need to have emphasis on the cock. It's a movie by Alfred Hitchcock, and he's Hitchcock. And basically, what this movie is about is there's a guy who's retired. He's retired, and he's got acrophobia. Acrophobia, for people who don't know what it means, is the fear of heights. So, and he's kind of told he has to kind of investigate into stuff going on because someone asked him that you need to investigate into some kind of a murder, and he gets into it, and well, thriller stuff happens. So Vertigo, I mean, it's all right. It's an all right movie. I don't think in Hitchcock's filmography, it's not that good. It's not that great of a movie. I mean, it's all right. So he's got better movies than that. No one watches these movies, bro. I've watched them. I've watched all of them. I think Ian kind of watches these movies. He might find something. Vertigo is gonna go into. I mean, it's alright.
I mean, it's alright, like.
Have you seen all 250 movies? Yes, I have seen all 250 movies. Except one, actually. And that one actually is. It's called I'm Still Here. And the reason why I've not watched that movie is it came out last year, November 2024. It's a Brazilian movie. It's not screened in any cinema. I don't have a Blu-ray print of it. and there's no, I can't find even a camcorder recording of it. So I want to watch it, but I can't because I can't find it anywhere. But I'm still continuing with it. Next up is M. M is that's the name of it. M, very very innovative name. They just choose one of the words of the alphabet of the alphabets, and they just call it M. So M is basically a German movie by the director Fritz Lang, and it's a pretty old movie, 1931. And if you look at other Fritz Lang filmography, like you would think that that guy was way ahead of his time. Uh, Just reading the script. I'm not reading a script, man. I mean, I gotta say something. I gotta yap. So, M is actually pretty well ahead of his time. You know, it's basically about it's a German movie, and they basically someone is abducting a lot of children. Okay, he's kidnapping a lot of children, and they need to find out who's doing that. So they basically, you know, uh, if someone kind of figures out that okay, that's the guy, they put a M handprint, a M on the behind that person, and they, police can catch him. So it's a pretty good movie, to be honest. Um, it's pretty well ahead of its time, and the actor who's working on that movie, the kind of guy who the actor who is actually the guy who's the kidnapper, he does a fantastic job. And in the end of the movie, he's got such a great speech, such a great monologue. And I mean, it's hard to believe that that movie is from 1931 because I think it's very far ahead. So M is going into absolute hood classic. That is an absolute.
This is a certified hood classic.
Morbius should be S tier. Morbius is above S tier. Morbius is way above S tier. Morbius doesn't belong with these movies. Like, what are you talking about? Morbius is Morbius. It deserves a tier of its own. That's why I've put in Morbius, because it's a tier of its own. You cannot put it into a tier, and you can't compare lions to monkeys. It doesn't belong with the rest of them. It's that good of a movie. Years later from today, people would be kind of years later from now, people would be saying, how we used to say that this is a Citizen Kane of these movies. Years later from now, people will say this is the Morbius of movies. I see the Dragon movie, Lion King. Hey, you can look into it. You can screenshot it or something, and you can see which one are there. I'll just scroll down slowly so you can screenshot and stuff. Where is Shrek 2? Shrek 2 isn't in the list. Is that the Fit Girls Repack movie? Yeah. Fit Girls Repack does have a movie. Next up is My Neighbor Totoro. So another Ghibli movie. It's a pretty good movie. I think this is kind of the movie that inspired the rest of the movies of the Ghibli cinema, which includes movies like Mononoke or Spirited Away. I see a lot of inspiration in Spirited Away actually. And Totoro is basically about these two girls whose mother is in the hospital or something, and basically they're living into this in this home with their father, and they find a spirit in there, and it's pretty beautiful, wholesome kind of a movie that they're going through a tough time, and the spirit thing is kind of giving them something to kind of relax about. So it's a pretty good movie. I would recommend you guys to watch it. So we're gonna be putting it in I'm trying really hard to not spoil them. I'm giving them the least
This is a
amount of
certified
information.
hood classic.
I'm trying to get the least amount of information about those movies. Next up, The Handmaiden. Okay, this movie, it's a South Korean movie. It's by the same director of Old Boy, and this is just porn. This is not a movie. This is porn. Okay, this is lesbian porn at the very best. For someone who's interested in, I wouldn't say that I wasn't interested by this movie, but it's porn. It's you know one of those memes where hey Peter, that's not a meme. That's porn. That's the movie. That is porn. And they've got a bit of a suspense to it, I guess, as well. And do you guys remember that the College Humor Bad Man? There was a video of them. One of the videos was basically a parody of that scene from Dark Knight Rises where Batman is kind of stabbed from behind from Talia al Ghul, and he realizes, oh, that's Talia al Ghul. Miranda is Talia al Ghul, and then he realizes, we totally had sex. There's a line in that movie where she says, all of that was just a cruel ploy to get your confidence. And then Batman says, a cruel ploy? Sign me up for another. This is what the movie is about. It's all a cruel ploy of sex and to get confidence so that they do stuff. And everyone is basically just plot twisting each other. It's a pretty fucked up movie, to be honest. It's kind of it's kind of very fucked up. Like you can see a lot of hentai in it, but we're gonna be putting in some. It's alright. It's an alright movie. It's an alright movie.
I mean, it's alright. Like,
For a porn movie, the acting was pretty good. Actor pretty good. Next up is The Green Mile, which gets a lot of hate. I liked it, personally. Basically, it's got. But you zoom out and show the whole list while talking. Well, then you wouldn't know which movie I'm talking about. You know. That's what I'm trying to do. I would be yapping at someone would join in and they would have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. So next up is The Green Mile. It's got Tom Hanks. Surely there's a better way of showing it though. Hold on, I got it. He's cooking, guys. How about that? Does that work? Hold on. Yeah, that's good. That should work. That should work. That should work, right? So The Green Mile, it's a Tom Hanks film, and he's basically a cop, and he's got a black man in there, which, well, in prisons you will find a lot of them. But I didn't mean it like a, it's a fact, and it gets a lot of hate, to be honest, which I don't know. I think you guys might need to rewatch it because it's actually a pretty good movie. I like the movie, to be honest. It was kind of heartwarming and stuff, and it wasn't that bad as people make it to be. I think people just hate it because it's wholesome. So I'm just gonna put it in I'm gonna put it in Hood Classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
I think it deserves to be in the Hood Classic. We're getting to the Get Out tier, to be honest. we're close to the Get Out tier. All right, next up is all the films about Old Boy. Like they're insane. Old Boy, it's a good movie, Old Boy, but it's not as good as some people might think. I think it's the ending kind of really makes the movie a lot better. The overall movie was a bit all right. It was a decent movie, and then you figure out he's also made the Handmaiden, so you get to that. I will not accept that. I will not accept Grave of the Fireflies being made. I will not accept that. Next up is Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. It's a British movie, and I have to say in a British accent as well. Lock, Stock, it's two smoking barrels. Um, so it's about four friends, and they basically fuck up with the wrong guy, and they basically lose a lot of money in in a casino or in a basically poker game to a strong guy. And by strong guy, I mean he's got a mafia like boy. And so they've lost the money, and now they do need to pay the loan to him. And now they're just stuck in between there, trying to figure out ways they're trying to do crimes and stuff to pay him the money. And well, the things that happen in the movie is a shit show. Everyone is the money that they're getting from is basically just kind of shooting each other. So it's a good comedy type of movie. We got Jason Statham in there, and the Guy Ritchie style is pretty good. So we're gonna be putting it in. It's a good category. Nice. We put it in the nice category. What's the size of it? 5452, right? Next up is The Help. Okay, The Help. Now let's talk about The Help. Most of the films on this list ancient. What the fuck? The Help is a 2011 movie. Let's talk about The Help. So, it's a movie based in civil rights movement time, and basically, it's about a struggling white writer who's struggling to find a book to write on, to find a topic to write on, and she thinks, okay, what do I write on? And she figures out, hey, we used to have black maids all the time, and she went away, and what did we do with her? And she figures out, oh, I can write a book on the maids. How are they treated? The modern day slaves, which are in the 1960s, because in the 1960s were modern day slaves. Now the modern day slaves are us, the corporate slaves. But anyways, Help. So the theme of the movie, the central theme of the movie, is basically a white savior. She's the white savior, okay, against the white people, bad white people. There's bad white people and there's a good white people, and the whole movie is around that. And she saves her all the time. She saves the black people, which is great. And there's one scene which kind of defines the movie. Um, defines the movie. Now, there's a scene in it in which, first of all, you can't tell the difference between Jessica Chastain and Bryce Dallas Howard. They look the same, but one of these characters, they piss off, they kind of kick off their maid because she shits in her toilet, and they're not allowed to shit in the owner's toilet. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna spoil The Help. Okay, she shits in the toilet that are of or owners, and that's why she gets kicked out because, well, you can't shit in white people's toilets. So next day she comes in, she brings a pie for her to apologize to her, and she eats the white woman, the white owner eats the pie, and she's eating, she's loving it, and then the black woman has, it just gives the plot twist that the pie that she's eating is actually full of shit, literal feces. Um, and then that becomes a pretty big plot point. And I'm just thinking, watching this movie, that who the fuck wrote this? Like, what the fuck was the point of that? Like, what is going on? The black woman feeds the shit to people. What is going on? And that's why this movie is load of shit. Actually, this movie, the shit scene defines how shit this movie is, and that's why this is the first movie that we're gonna be putting it in. Get Out. This is the Get Out movie. This was pure Oscar bait, and it actually won Oscars. I don't fucking know why it won Oscars. It was a shit movie. I know Stinky Poo would be more relevant, but it's a shit movie. We're still gonna be putting in a Stinky Poopy. It should be in Stinky Poopy, but it's worse than that. It's worse than that. So next up is The Departed. Move Raging Bull to that tier list? Nah, man. Raging Bull is a good movie. It's not that bad. And talking about Raging Bull, we've got another Martin Scorsese movie here. It's The Departed, and this is a movie that he won an Oscar for, and it's actually a pretty good movie. It's basically about Leonardo DiCaprio. He's working undercover for the police, and he joins a gang as an undercover. But at the same time, Matt Damon is working for the gang, and he's undercover in the police. And Jack Nicholson, he's just there to do fucked up shit. He's a gang leader. He's just there to do fucked up shit. And Mark Wahlberg, of course, he's in the movie too. He makes a lot of yo mama jokes because that's part of his character. And it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie, to be honest. Really love how the action went, and I'll put it in. I think it deserves to be in hood classic. It's an absolute cinema. I mean, it's Martin Scorsese movie. He's a hood classic guy. Broken a bit. Oh hell no! There we go. It's a hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Next up, Gladiator. Fuck. I've seen the original film is based on. I haven't seen that. I'll try that as well. It's a Korean movie, right? Or is it a Japanese movie? Gladiator. Now, Gladiator is one of those movies that now recently is getting shit on because of its sequel. Um, it is. I mean, it's a solid movie, Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Gladiator. I mean, it's about a guy who's a general in is it the Greek army? I hope it's the Greek army. The Greek army, and he's good enough to be like the king, or he's good enough to be the emperor. But well, he's not the son of the emperor. And when the son of the emperor realizes that he's gonna be the king, he kills his father and makes this guy a slave. And then this guy becomes a gladiator. And then, I'm Maximus Aurelius and stuff. Bro said Greek. It's. I fucking knew it's Roman, isn't it? It's a Roman. It's Roman. I knew it's Roman. I knew it's Roman. Shit. I mean, they're all the same, they're all the same. They were all naked and fought each other. All the same. What did I think I was Greek? It's in the Colosseum. Whenever I heard someone say Greek Empire, I mean, they used to have an empire, didn't they? Like, I hope they did. I hope they did. But Gladiator is a great movie. The Hans Zimmer soundtrack is beautiful. Love that. And then you got two pretty good actors. Joaquin Phoenix is there, Russell Crowe. Dudes are fantastic, and I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in. It's gonna be this movie. It wasn't about to come. This movie wasn't about to come. Of course, it wasn't about the Greek Empire, but I'm gonna put it in the about to come category because, well, it's a solid. I know I'm gonna get shit on it, but Duel by Steven Spielberg. I haven't watched that. Try that. But Steven Spielberg, I'm gonna be honest. He does kind of he makes good movies, like good blockbuster movies, but they're not, like like the one with that make you go I'm about to come. Schindler's List was pretty good. It made me I'm about to come, but no, I mean that. Next up is Doctor Strangelove. How the fuck does it do that? Wheelchair where Stephen Hawking goes hard. Ah, that's a banger. That's a banger. Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Very long name, but it's basically a dark comedy movie, and it's about a hypothetical situation that suppose the U.S. Army just gives one of the military journals just give the order that we need to use the atomic bombs on Russia, and this is a time of Cold War. I think this is a movie from 1964. Um, and you got one of the actors. I think his name is Peter Sellers. He's playing three roles. He's one of the roles he's got is he's one of the, I think, second in commandment to the military general who loses his mind and just gives the order uh, to push off the atomic bomb. He doesn't have the right to do that, by the way. Uh, the second guy is playing is the president of the United States, and the third guy is playing is Doctor Strangelove, who's a Russian, not Russian, who's a German scientist. Uh, because of course he was a prisoner of war, and then he became a German scientist in United States of America. And so yeah, this is a this is a solid movie. There's a banger of a movie. I mean, it's funny, and it really shows what uh, how retarded people there are in America, and they can actually pull this off. They can actually pull this off. But anyways, this is going in hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Doctor Strangelove is the hood classic. Next up is High and Low. So, huh? Let me just check. Okay, that's fine. The thumbnail feels like a threat. It is a threat. It is a threat. Anton Chigurh will come in your house and he will have sex. So High and Low, it's an Akira Kurosawa movie. It's a Japanese movie, and it's basically about this rich guy who wants to become the chairman, who wants to take over a shoes manufacturing company, and whilst in the midst of doing that, he wants to do that. His son gets kidnapped, and he has to pay the ransom. And this whole movie, I think, it's got, I think Parasite has a lot of similarities to that, in the perspective that it's showing the kind of the classism, the class differences between the rich and the poor. It's got some really great visuals, like the differences that are showing that on the top of the hill there's this guy's house who's a rich guy. On the bottom of that there's like a slum. It's showing the comparison. It's showing that comparison really well, and really great movie, to be honest. We're gonna be putting it in. It's a hood classic. It's definitely a hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
His son doesn't get kidnapped. Yeah, spoil the movie for everyone. Great job, Enan. I wasn't gonna do that, but great job. Next up is Apocalypse Now. Now, Apocalypse Now is the Vietnam War, Nam War movie. They call it the Nam, the Nam War, and it's it's basically about a military guy, a military soldier, captain is sent to Vietnam to kill a American general who's gone rogue and who's taking over these Vietnamese people, and he's trying to leading them on. And Apocalypse Now, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. I think it is. I guess in the war movies, it's probably the best one. It's showing that the firstly that scene with who's the guy's name? I forgot the guy's name. But there's a scene in which the Ride of the Valkyries is playing on when they're going over the helicopters, and then the ending scenes, which Marlon Brando comes in, and he does a great job. Like he isn't mentioned. He's mentioned in the whole movie, but you don't see him until the end of the movie, and then his presence is just amazing. And I heard that he wasn't actually supposed to be that fat in the movie, but he just came up to the set and he was fat. Uh, apparently, what a lot of people say, a lot of moviegoers actually say that the reason he was fat was because he became a Discord mod, and he gained a lot of weight because of that. And he did that to add into his performance as a guy who's gone insane. So that tells a lot. Discord mod really does a good job in making you show that that you've gone insane. And there's a Francis Ford Coppola movie, by the way, and this is the last good movie that Francis Ford Coppola made. Like after that, he's just made shit. Recently, he made Godfather Part 3, which was crap. I don't know why he did that. And now recently, he's made the beautiful Megacopolis, the beautiful Megacopolis, where Adam Driver says that we're all going to the club, and there's a dialogue in the movie which is, "What do you think about this boner I got?" There's a dialogue in the movie. I'm not joking. There's a dialogue in the movie called Megacopolis. What do you think about the boner I got? Tells a lot. Tells a lot. The downfall. of Coppola. But this is Apocalypse Now is in my opinion is in my opinion the top 10 movies. It's one of the top 10 movies out there. This is going in an absolute hood classic. Apocalypse Now. We're gonna be rating higher in a hood
This
classic.
is a certified
But
hood
it's up there.
classic.
It's up there in the hood classic category. You know, this guy Coppola's downfall. He's like Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and then Megacocalypse. Like this is a worse fall off than me. What do you guys hate Apocalypse Now, man? Next up, Rashomon. Rashomon. So Rashomon is it a Kurosawa movie? I think it is a Kurosawa movie. I have to check if it's a Kurosawa movie or is it just a Japanese movie. Rashomon. It is a Kurosawa movie. So Rashomon is it's basically it's a Japanese movie and it's surrounding an event. Uh, a bandit rapes another guy's wife, and in the village he rapes another guy's wife, and I guess who gets killed? The husband of the wife gets killed, and by the bandit, by who we don't know who kills her, or who kills him. And basically the movie is basically about three guys who are basically discussing this case of what is going on, and each one of them is giving their own telling of the events. Nobody knows, nobody was a witness, but they're telling the events about like they kind of like unreliable narrator. That's what they are, and each one of them is giving different perspective. So who did it? Was it you know was it was it a rape? Was it not a rape? Was he murdered? What happened? And nobody knows the truth, but they're just giving their takes on it. And so it's a pretty good. You guys are gonna think it's an ass take, but it's a good kind of concept, but it gets kind of boring at a lot of points. At a lot of points, um, it's a good kind of concept, but that's why I think I'm gonna put it in. I mean, it's all right. It's
I mean, it's alright. Like,
not. It's not the best of Kurosawa. It's not the best of Japanese movies, but it's there. There. How's it? How's it spoiling? How's it spoiling, man? Come on. Next up. Oh shit. Okay. Next up is Hachi, a dog's tale. The dog is great in this movie. It's actually, by the way, a real life story about. I'm not gonna tell a lot about. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that in the background? There's like fireworks going on out there. It's apparently because of the glorious Chinese New Year. It's a fireworks for the Chinese New Year. They're doing it for the whole month, and they just stopped, I guess. But they're celebrating. They're putting fireworks. They're They're really, they do it for the whole month. It's crazy. But yeah, this is Hachi, Your Dog's Tale. It's a real life story about this dog uh, who kind of waited. Okay, if I tell what this story is about, I will spoil the movie. So I'm not gonna tell about what this is. Okay, it's about a dog. Okay, someone finds a dog on the middle of a railway track, and now he has to adopt him. That's what this movie is about. And this movie, like, the dog is great. The dog is good, but the movie feels like a holiday movie. Like, seriously, the production of the movie actually looks like it was made for a direct to DVD, and I think it was maybe direct to DVD. But like, it's overly sentimental. Like, it shouldn't be that sentimental. So I can I can just tell from the conversation watching. It's correct. It's correct. It's going in the stinky poopy category. This is a stinky poopy movie. This is legitimately a stinky poopy movie. What's the point of having these three bottom tiers where you just put two movies or put one Gorillion movie in the middle tier? It's for that, we'll add more movies in there. We'll add more movies. Hold on, let me put on the North Korean soundtrack. Next up is Cinema Paradiso. Okay, bet put Gladiator in there to even it out. I'm not putting Gladiator in there. Come on, Gladiator. It's one of my favorite movies. It's my opinion. Okay, fuck you. It's my opinion. I'll stand by it. Next up is the Greek Gladiator. I love the Greek Gladiator. Next up is Cinema Paradiso. The visuals, the poster is very haram, I think. But the movie is kind of haram as well. But it's about a guy who's like a film director who becomes a very successful film director. It's an Italian movie, and he goes back to his childhood, where he used to watch movies in his village, Italian kind of village, I guess, and he made friends with this guy who used to work on the projectors. And it's a good heartwarming movie. I mean, uh, it's a good heartwarming type of movie. It's got a pretty solid story overall, and I recommend you guys to watch it as well. And I'll put it in. It's a nice movie. It's a nice Gladiator 1 or 2. Gladiator 2 is in the about to come category. It deserves to be. Gladiator 2 is brilliant. Oh no, next up is Braveheart. You just know I'm gonna have an ass take here. You just know that I'm gonna have an ass take on this movie. So I'm not even gonna wait. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk. I'm just gonna put this in which tier it should be in, and you guys are gonna hate me with this.
This is a certified hood classic.
Oh, bro. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about this movie. Okay, I'm not gonna give a reasoning. Oh, bro. I think bro just likes medieval women. That's true. That's true. Next up is Once Upon a Time in America, and this is another take that might feather some, might ruffle some feathers. I fucked up the metaphor. Once Upon a Time in America. The director of this movie is Sergio Leone, who made movies like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Once Upon a Time in the West. Um, I'm not gonna spoil this one. And it's the lead actor is Robert De Niro, and it's about his journey of from a kid to becoming like a mafia guy or something. Here's the thing about this movie. Only Leone film I haven't yet seen. Um, which Leone are you talking about? And secondly, this is not the movie that I would recommend if you want to watch a Leone movie, because this shit is shit. First of all, this movie is like 4 hours long, like really, really fucking long. Okay, and nothing happens for the 4 hours. Like y- I have a lot of issue with Sergio Leone movies that they've got some really good scenes, but the guy adds in so many filler scenes in between them. With Once Upon a Time in America, it doesn't have a really strong scene, and it doesn't have a great story. And he has so many filler scenes that I don't even know what the fuck the narrative is about. I slept twice while watching this movie. It was that boring. It's so slow. Like you can complete this movie in 2 hours if you remove the filler stuff. Like that story can be done in very little time. But it just drags the fucking shit. It's just I'm sorry, this one is going into the Get Out category. Oh shit. There you go. What the fuck is going on? Why are they not? Oh no, what is going on? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Let me let me fix this up. Alright, there we go. Alright, yeah. Now we're good. Now we're good. Once Upon a Time in America is that is a Get Out category. I was Django of Good, Bad, and the Ugly. It's better. Better. It's a better movie. You know. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, I'm not a huge fan of Sergio Leone's work. No, he's if you put him in the role of making some really good scenes, he's really good at that. But in the middle of the movie, it's like he drags them. He drags the stuff. Like the good, the bad, and the ugly. The last scene is fantastic. One of the greatest scenes in cinema. But obviously before that as well, um, he adds a lot of filler stuff, which ruins the movie, and like kind of sucks. Kind of sucks though. So Once Upon a Time in America is in the Get Out category. Hot take, but it's there. It's there. Next up is it's one of the Indiana Jones. It is Indiana Jones and Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the final scene of the film would hit if not for the rest of the film. I mean, yeah, kind of, I guess. But if the whole movie is kind of insufferable, then what's the point of the last scene? we'll get to Usual Suspects as well, and I'll talk about that in depth as well because the Usual Suspects had the same fucking issue. Next up, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. So this is a nice movie. Um, I think it's this. I think if the second one is the one where he's in India and there's Amresh Puri in the movie for some reason. He's the main villain of the movie, which is weird to see because he's an Indian actor and he's in an Indiana Jones movie for some reason. He was in a cameo. He was the lead character. But this one is the Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is I guess the first one, and it's a nice movie. It's a nice blockbuster type of a movie. It's a live, it's enjoyable. The dude kills Nazis. It's pretty fun to see. Uh, it's Kanye wouldn't have survived that. Kanye wouldn't survive Indiana Jones. I think Kanye would have been the first person to get fucked up by him. So yeah, Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark is going in nice category. What are your thoughts on Luna Banyar 34 Gyat? Uh, I have no idea what that is. Next up is No Country for Old Men. Yes, the Anton Chigurh movie. The no gift cards for old men. That is how do I do the impression? I forgot. I forgot what the dialogues were. Fuck. Oh hell man, I saw Mirror Smoke comment and I'm like, I'm just gonna put it in a tier just to piss you off. This is going in the certified.
This is a certified hood classic.
There's No Country for Old Men. It's about Thanos. He finds a load of cash when a drug deal goes wrong, and then a psychotic killer is out there to kill him. And he does a great job acting, to be honest. Bro, you gotta watch the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. It's the same dudes. Yeah, Coen Brothers, I guess. I watched two of their other movies. I watched Big Lebowski and Fargo. They're good movies. Uh, I'll probably see more of them as well. I think there's another one that is inspired by the Odyssey. I don't know what the name of that movie is, but that's another one they've made. So yeah, that one donkey string meme is the thumbnail of this film looks like that. I agree. I agree. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Let me just put up the other one. The other poster of it is much better. Yeah, this is the real poster of the movie, by the way. No Country for Old Men. This one smashes. So yeah, it's the acting was the performances of this movie was pretty good, and it's always puts you on the edge of the seat. And 2007 movies, you had No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood. I liked No Country for Old Men much more than There Will Be Blood because it was pretty good. The thriller was pretty good. The thriller was it was pretty suspense movie, and was like, yeah, what's she gonna do? So yeah, we put it in the hood classic category.
This is a certified hood classic.
Next up is the Battle of Algiers. It's called Algiers. It's It's about Algiers, people fighting over Algiers or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what this movie is about. But so this is a movie about the true sequences of when 1950s, uh, France and Algeria. So Algeria, France was still a colonist. France was still a kind of ruling over Algeria, and basically then they had Algerians were kind of pissed off at this point. They were like, okay, we're gonna raise our revolution over them because they were treating them badly. I guess the newer government that came in from France was much more ruthless over a lot of the Algerian villages. So that's why they got pissed off, and it was and so yeah, this movie is, it feels like a documentary at some point because it's it feels very raw, it feels very organic, and it's showing both the perspectives of the whole thing, the whole battle. It's showing the one category which is the revolutionary side, and it's showing the other category, it's showing the other story that is of the French army. And this guy right here, he looks pretty based. He's out there to kind of shut down the revolutionists. He's a journal. He looks pretty based on this. He looks like a Sigma male. Here, I gotta tell you, he's French, by the way, so that takes a lot of points from him for being Sigma. Uh, yeah, it gives it's pretty raw film. Like in the middle of the movie, you can't really tell which side you want to choose on. Do you want to go for the Algerian revolutionists who are also doing terrorist attacks, also bombing a lot of innocent people, or you want to take the side of French people who are also kind of you know they kind of killing people, they kind of committing massacres, and they're taking a really hard stand on it. So it's a good movie. It's a good movie to watch. It's a good movie to think about, and yeah, I think one of the best war movies out there. We're gonna put it in the nice category. Let's rank it, bro. Enough yapping. Next up is Fraud versus Ferrari. So Mayo Man would like this movie, and honestly, if he was there, he would have rated it. But yeah, Fraud versus Ferrari. Let's go. Let's go. It is a fraud. Ford is fraud. Let's be honest. It is kind of fraud. It is kind of fraud. So is any other American automobile company. Um, they think they're making really good cars, but Asians are making much better cars. Like the Japanese, Chinese. You think Tesla is the only electric vehicle out there? Well, Chinese are making a lot more of them. Japanese are making a lot more of them for half the price. So, it is a fraud. It is a fraud. So, Ford versus Ferrari. We got Christian Bale in there. We got Matt Damon in here. If you look at the poster, you can figure that out. um, so it's about well, we need to make the fastest car out there. So he hires some guy make the fastest car, and Christian Bale makes some really rad comments about fraud, and says that you guys are making shit cars. Let me make some good ass car, and then he just makes some good ass car. He just races it, and well, I don't know if I should spoil it, but he just died out of nowhere for some reason. But it's a good movie. It's a nice movie. I hope you will put it in the good category. Next up is To Kill a Mockingbird, which is about this book that how Americans really love reading the book in schools because it's got a lot of N-word hard N-word usage in there. This on par with Gladiator. Forest of Ferrari, come on. So it's a good movie, To Kill a Mockingbird. Basically, it's about a lawyer who's defending a black man uh, who basically I don't know. I think he killed someone, and he's defending him, and he knows that he didn't do it. So the whole community is kind of against him, and so his kids. It's showing a pretty good perspective of it's going showing to the perspective from the kids and what they have to uh, face through because of the a whole trial. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Robert Duvall from Godfather is in it. Is he? I didn't know about that. Really? This is before the Godfather, right? Hold on, let me check this up. I've seen the movie, but it's been some time since I might not have noticed him in there. Hold on. Oh, he is in the movie. Oh yeah, he's that guy. I remember that. Yeah, he's in the movie. He's in the movie. Yeah, you're right. He's in the movie. He's a pale guy. Right. Right. You're right. You're right. He's also in the movie. He's a based actor, by the way. If you guys want to see one of his movies, check out Network. Pretty solid movie. So To Kill a Mockingbird is gonna go into hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Next up is the base the modern day iconic movie, the modern day greatest movie of all time, Avengers Endgame. You guys know what the fuck happens in the movie. I think at this point, if you don't know, if I spoil it for you, you're gay. You know, if it's a spoiler for you. But Avengers Endgame, I think this deserves to be in the about to come category. It just deserves to be in the about to come category because it is the greatest movie ever. You know, it's peak. You know, Iron Man, Mr. Paradise. That's so sad. Mr. Paradise. Oh hell no, bro. We're putting in the nice category. It's a good movie. At the end of the day, it's a last good movie that MCU has made. Like after that, they only made trash. So we're gonna put it in. It's a nice movie, and that's about it. I hate you 3000. I know. It should have been in the about to come category, isn't it? You would have put it in the about to come category. Next up is Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And this movie is I decided to rewatch this movie recently. Um, it's basically a dark comedy type of a movie. It's about this woman who's on the poster, and she's basically her daughter gets her daughter is raped and murdered, and it's been months since that's happened, and the police have done fuck all so far. So to get their attention, she buys three billboards on a road, and puts a series of ads over there that basically say that raped while uh, murder. I think it was that, and 6 months and still nothing. How come the chief's name, whatever the chief's name is, and it's a good movie, to be honest. Uh, the balance between the humor and the tragedy that is going on is pretty good. And I mean, you don't really have to pick any sides while watching this movie. It kind of does, go into this category of you know making people who are kind of shitty in the start of the movie kind of good as well. So it does that, but we'll put in the it's a good movie. The we'll put it in. It's all right. We'll put it.
I mean, it's alright. Like,
It gets a bit slow at some point. So yeah. Next up is Prisoners. Okay, so Prisoners. I mean, this is the kind of shit that Dennis Villeneuve used to make, and now he's making Dune. And I really hope that he makes these type of movies again, because that shit was good. That shit was good. Another movie of him is Incendies, which we'll get to, which we'll talk about it later on as well. And Dennis Villeneuve used to make good movies. Now he's making Dune. I really hope that once he gets over from Dune kind of movies, he gets back to this, because right now he's not making that good shit. In Prisoners, it's a good movie. We've got Paul Dano getting his ass beaten up, which he I don't know what is up with Paul Dano. He always gets his ass beaten up, and basically it's for the reason why he gets his ass beaten up is because he kidnaps Hugh Jackman's daughter, and that's why he's getting his ass beaten up. And Jake Gyllenhaal is trying to find out, what happened, who did it. He's trying to find the daughter. So that's what the premise of the movie is, and it's a good movie. Feels like you're running in a maze, and you going kind of where the fuck is going on. And plus point for Dennis Villeneuve to put Radiohead in the ending of the movie. It's very subtle, but it's over there. I mean, it's a fact that Dennis Villeneuve really likes Radiohead, so that's a base take from Villeneuve. I don't know how to fucking pronounce his name, but I won't talk too much about this movie because it's a good movie and you guys should watch it. What's the side of it? Alright, so this is going in. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I recently rewatched it, and you know, the next stop is gonna be a foot classic. And well, here we go. Here we go. Stop is the Society movie. Yes, the Society movie. Let's go. Let's fucking go. So the Society movie is, I mean, it's getting a lot of shit because of its sequel. But to be very honest, the original was good. It was a pretty good movie. Like whatever you say. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix performance was great, and the whole insanity that is going from what society does to him. It's it's really fucking you up. So Joker, I really love the movie. I really, there was a scene in the movie that was so tragic. It really made me cry when Joker said that. You see, if a girl kisses another girl, nobody bats an eye. But if I kiss my homies goodnight, society, society calls me gay. And that made me cry. That scene made me cry. That was a really tragic scene. And so yeah, I guess it gets what it fucking deserves. So we'll put it in. This is going into hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Let's go. Do you prefer Heath Ledger Joker or Joaquin Phoenix Joker? Heath Ledger. No doubt about that. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I mean, nobody's gonna watch the second movie, but Joaquin Phoenix Joker gets raped in the second movie for some reason. Like, I don't know what. I don't know what. Why was that a part of the movie? I don't know why he gets his ass clapped. Next up is Hamilton. So it's a Broadway musical, and basically it's about the journey of Alexander Hamilton, and it's got a lot of hip hop. It's got a lot of hip hop. It's rewriting history with adding in stuff like it's Lewis Hamilton. Is that as a Lewis Hamilton reference? That movie is about Lewis Hamilton actually, and for musical, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I think it came out 2020 when there was no movies coming out, and this kind of came in, and yeah, it's. I don't really know why it's in the top 250 list for musical, but all right, we'll put it in the good category. Next up is It's a Wonderful Life. By the way, should put thank you for base Chinese and North Korean music. It's only North Korean music, by the way. Pakistan lost today. They did lose. I didn't check the score. What happened? Did we lose? Oh hell nah. That is a shit performance. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. We're gonna shit our pants in the Champions Trophy, man. Alright, It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Christmas movie. It's about this guy who's it's I think it's the starting scene of the movie, if I'm not wrong. That is he's a good person. He helps the community, but he fucks up somewhere, and now he's going to commit suicide. But he doesn't do that. He jumps over. He wanted to jump off a bridge, but he doesn't do that. And it's a wholesome movie. It's a nice movie. Kind of makes you think about the quality of life. I guess it's been a long time since I watched this movie. I watched this movie in 1945, but we're putting it in nice category. Now the next one is this is gonna be the last review of today's stream. We're gonna be continuing the rest tomorrow. This is the last one. Okay. So Gone with the Wind. All right, Gone with the Wind. Now Gone with the Wind. This is a this is a movie. This is a movie. It's nearly 4 hours long. 4 hours long, very long movie. And the visuals of this movie are really good. Not gonna lie. For 1939 movie, it's got really good visuals. Really good cinematography. But here's the thing about the movie. Well, Gone with the Wind is a movie about shitball's fifth topic and one of America's drama moments. It's not just about that topic. It's about how normalized it is in this movie. How okay it is that slavery is good. Let's do that. It makes you do slavery, and I mean, firstly, 4 fucking hours long. Then we got a protagonist, which I don't remember her name, but she is probably the worst bitch that has ever existed in the history of cinema. Okay, I don't know why she's the protagonist because she has zero redeemable qualities in the whole movie. Okay, she loves this guy who doesn't love her, who loves someone else and marries that person. But she's a hoe and she wants to be with him. And he actually kind of ends up marrying someone else as well. And he dies in the civil war. And yeah, she's pretty happy about it. Her husband just fuck off. And then there's some weird stuff going on in this movie. Like, firstly, there's a scene. So she marries the guy who's greatly in love with her, but she doesn't love him. And one day he's pissed off. He's very pissed off, and so when he's pissed off, he what he does is that he gets her up and rapes her. And then the next morning, she wakes up and she's all happy about it. Well, she gets raped the last night by her husband, and she's all happy about it. And I'm like who the fuck wrote this movie? Who the fuck directed this movie? Like, who's okay with this? Like, what is going on? What is going on? I was supposed to think that marital rape is okay, or like what's up, bro? What's up? What's going on? And even though this movie is 4 hours long, there's points in the movie which are crucial plot points that actually progress the story of the movie. They just rush through. Like, 4 hours long, and even then the movie is rushed through because they're spending so much time on useless shit. That's why. The main plot points that I'm talking about, that within the course of 20 minutes, two of their daughters just die. One of them she had a miscarriage because he gets kind of nasty and just he falls up the stairs. Uh, the second one, she 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 falls off a horse and fucking dies. Like, what is that about? What a weird way to die. That shit was hilarious. But this movie is the ending of this movie just made zero sense, and I wasted my 4 hours because of this movie, and I'm wasting a lot of time talking about this movie because I really hate this movie for some reason. And if I see a woman who likes this movie, like, I'm gonna run off of there because I'm getting no bitches, but I'm not getting that bitch because that shit sucks. So this is going in Get Out. Gone with the Wind should just with the wind. So yeah, that's about it for today's stream. We're gonna be continuing the rest of the list tomorrow. We've got a lot more movies to go. We've got how many there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We've got a lot of movies to go, but that's about it for today's stream. This is there's a list so far. We've got The Godfather, The Shining, and Gladiator in the bottom category. We've got in the hood classes, we've got Apocalypse Now, Amores Perros, Die Hard, How to Train Your Dragon, Psycho, Lion King, Django, Matrix, Full Metal Jacket, Grave of the Fireflies, Best Years of Our Lives, Empire Strikes Back, Spirited Away, Paths of Glory, Shutter Island, Princess Mononoke, M, My Neighbor Totoro, The Green Mile, The Departed, Doctor Strangelove, High and Low, Braveheart, No Country for the Old Man, To Kill a Mockingbird, and Joker in the Hood Classic. In nice category, we've got Wall-E, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Old Boy, Wages of Fear, Emily, The Exorcist, Rear Window, Mad Max Fury Road, Citizen Kane, House Moving Castle, Raging Bull, Jaws, Snatch, The Big Lebowski, Lock, Stock, Smoking Barrels, Cinema Paradiso, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Battle of Algiers, Ford vs. Ferrari, Avengers Endgame, Prisoners, Hamilton, It's a Wonderful Life, and I mean, it's alright. Category, we've got The Apartment, Before Sunrise, we've V for Vendetta, Sherlock Jr., Vertigo, Handmaiden, Rashomon, and 3 Billboards of the Ebbing, Missouri. In fourth, we've got Singing with the Rain, Stinky Poopy goes to Hachi the Dog's Tale, and Get Out goes to The Help, Once Upon a Time in America, and Gone with the Wind. And we'll be continuing tomorrow with Barry Lyndon. So that's about it for today, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
Come a long way since the garage.
Gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is. Guys, I got it. Ready?
Yeah.